What's happening, Toronto Raptor fans? Another victory, another one, as DJ Khaled would say. 118, 100, fourth beatdown on the Atlanta Hawks of the season, which is so fantastic. I have never been a Trae Young fan. Trae Young was sitting on the bench in his street clothes. Don't know if he's still injured, but I heard he asked for a trade out of there today. So maybe that's why they're benching him, saying, all right, we might as well not injure this guy. Let's get him out of here. Let's get the most we can for him. I don't know. I get nervous. There's some talk that maybe even the Toronto Raptors would be interested in something like that. I don't know. Would he be better than Emmanuel Quickly? It's slightly possible. Notice in this game today, when it was crunch time down at the end of the game, last 2.5, 3 minutes, who was playing for the Raptors? It was not Emmanuel Quickly, even though he hit a nice little three to kind of give us a little bit of a buffer with probably 3.5, but they subbed him out, and Jamal Shed was in the game for the final minutes that counted in this one. Interesting. Something to keep an eye on. I mean, I do think Jamal Shed has the poise to be a number one. I just don't know if he's quite there yet. Van Vliet sort of proved when Kyle Lowry was gone that he could handle it, so the size really isn't the issue, but I don't know. There's just a little more discipline on Shed's shooting, his shot selection that I think could be worked on. But hey, if it ain't broke, you know what I'm saying? Don't try and fix it. And Raptors have been rolling um, on this homestand 4-1. Nice game today. And they seem to have found a little formula. Collin Murray-Boyles has arrived, possibly officially. I believe this has been his best game of the season. It might not be just his best, most points or whatever, but overall, I mean, look at this guy's stat line. He started this one because Jakob is still out with the back injury, and is Jakob going to come back? I'm seeing a lot of rumors online. Jakob Pertl involved in trades again for Anthony Davis's name coming up, and I just don't. Please don't trade for Anthony Davis. Again, I'm the first to say if Anthony Davis showed up here and actually played the rest of the season and did not, miss time with injury and was available in the playoffs, okay, I'll eat crow. You were right. I was wrong. It was worth it. But come on, we all know that that's not going to happen. I mean, it's like saying if Paul George came here and we got the Indiana Pacer Paul George or maybe even the OKC Paul George, but we all know that ain't happening. He's washed. Same as a Joel Embiid. Like, we don't need that negativity, that the injuriness. We don't need that. We don't need that. I'd rather have them go out and try and get like a Pascal Siakam or something, but he's not really a center. So yeah, this rotation that they found with Collin Murray-Boyles starting for Jakob Pertl seemed to work. This guy is a big dude. He doesn't have the height, but he's got like the thickness, the frame. Dudes like that with that kind of DNA. I see it in my own household with my son. I don't know. I think my wife's boyfriend must be a pretty thick dude. I have not met him, but judging by the way this kid's DNA is, it doesn't seem like it came from my line anyway. And I also have to give a shout out actually to my nephew. Speaking of family, this is his baseball team. I hope he's still on this team. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we were sent the gear from my brother in Australia who has turned 50 today. The bro is turned 50. Shout out to my younger brother and his kid. Just saw some grad photos too of his kid recently. Anyway, school's all backwards down there. So um, I got to get down there soon. Anyway, I'm coming. I'm planning it. I'm working on it. Anyway, sorry, sidetrack. Collin Murray-Boyles, man, 17 points. This is his line. 17 points. He was in 31 minutes. 8 of 10 from the floor. So impressive percentage. He did attempt 1 3. I wish he wouldn't do that. I know they want him to probably turn into a 3-and-D guy, but just like Scottie was disciplined today. Let me just check before I confirm that. Uh, he I forgot actually. He took a couple late. He was 0 of 3. See, Scottie, don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Until you get 90 of 100 in practice. Remember, I told you 90 of 100. Do that a few times successfully, then start jacking up threes. Same with you, Collin Murray-Boyles. But yeah, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. I mean, talk about filling up the stat sheet. This guy's impressive. He's on fire. Like, who else in the lineup is even close to that? Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram actually had a couple of nice blocks. I'm seeing more effort from Brandon Ingram too. The Raptors, I'm telling you, we could be getting the right formula here. Like, Ingram has been driving to the basket, which tells me a couple things. First of all, I feel he's maybe more confident that he's not going to re-injure his ankle or the knee, and that he's more comfortable in the system, and maybe even just buying into the whole, you know, being a Raptor and seeing Scottie out there with full effort. He certainly is trying more on the defensive end, which he said while he was watching last year after the trade. He saw that the Raptors seemed to go after it on defense, and he didn't want to be a sort of a letdown or like a negative when he's on the floor defensively. And I think he's been putting in the effort. And man, yeah, he's got 1 steal, 2 blocks, but still, nobody else with that many assists and rebounds and blocks and steals. It's impressive. Maybe this Collin Murray-Boyles guy is a blue chipper for the future. I mean, we did draft him 9th overall, so he should be decent in the lottery. But yeah, wow, he had a game, and my man Dick, effort. Dick is still, not getting as many minutes as I think he potentially could. He could be up there with the Mamu Kelishvili level of minutes, but yeah, 18, not bad. And 11 points, 4 of 4 from the floor. He actually hit 2 3-pointers today, but he was perfect. So that is what we need to see. And he had 1 free throw as well because he got a foul on one of his little layups. But Grady, that is impressive. That is going to get you more minutes. He also had a couple of decent steals. Did they give him a steal? Yeah, 2 steals. Nice. 2 steals, 1 turnover. Yeah, 3 rebounds. Grady Dick. Nice, buddies. That's a solid like A minus there. Good job. B plus. Nah, A minus. Let's be positive. I don't know what the heck just happened. My computer screen just did like fireworks somehow. Is that because I did a thumbs up? I don't know what's going on. It is. I'm holding. Is that showing up on the video? I've never seen this happen before. What the heck is going on? The program that I'm using to record this has some hand gesture features that I did not know were enabled. Wow. All right. Cool. I wonder if that's a New Year's thing. I have no idea what just happened. That was bizarre. When I held up my 2 thumbs, it does like a circle thing, and then it's going to do fireworks again. Crazy. All right, Grady Dick, man, you get some fireworks too. Bonus. But yeah, rest of the team, 19 from Brandon Ingram, 8 of 14 from the floor. Good, better than 50%. He was 3 of 5 from 3, too. That's the other thing happening with Brandon Ingram. His threes are dropping better than they had. Even one that he missed was like one of those dunga dunga. It was in and somehow bounced out. I don't understand the physics of that sometimes. I swear the ball appears to be more than halfway down the basket, like, in the cylinder, in the rim, and it boggles around and somehow shoots back out. Obviously, it has to do with spin and the inertia and all that sort of stuff, but that's crazy. So he could easily have been 4 or 5. RJ was a little cold. Let's just be polite. In the beginning of this one, he was 2 of 8 overall in the game, but he hit 2 in the fourth quarter. He came alive in the fourth quarter and actually helped us put this one to bed. But 7 of 17 overall with his 17 points. But yeah, nobody even hit 20, but we had a nice distribution of points. Brandon with 19, RJ 17, Scottie Barnes 18, Collin Murray-Boyles, as I already said, 17, Emmanuel Quickly 16. So like he had a decent game. And oh, he only had 1 assist though. Quickly, that's weird for our point guard. Scottie Barnes had 10 assists. Yeah, and then you got Jamal Shed coming off the bench with his 5 assists, only 5 points, but he had a couple of hustle plays too, some nice deflections. I mean, there were a bunch of things. Jack Armstrong was talking about it that don't count on the stat sheets that you just saw with the effort today. A bunch of jump balls where they were wrestling it and stopping the play, taking it over from Atlanta, not exactly a turnover. Because a couple of them actually resulted in them still getting the ball, but with limited time on the shot clock, if they retain possession that way. So it's a good play to, jam it up if you can. If you can't quite pry it out of their hands, just hold it. And Mamu Kelishvili, they're calling him Mamu Magic. He had 12. 4 of 9, 1 of 4 from 3. So, but he had 3 of 3 on his free throws, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. So, yeah. Anyway, they're putting it together. This was one of those I've been saying. All we need is one or the other of Grady Dick or Jacoby Walter to have a decent game. So this time it seemed like it was Dick's turn. Jacoby, we're gonna have to catch him next time. He was 0 4 from 3. But if a Collin Murray-Boyles comes out of nowhere and has 17 points, I mean that's just gravy. That's just bonus. That's just fantastic. So, last couple of comments. I'm gonna go to the standings here. The heck, did we move up after this one? No, we're still 1.5 back of the Knicks. But we're pretty solidly in 4th place in the Eastern Conference, which is fantastic. Again, ahead of the 76ers, where I really believe we need to be. And Orlando Magic, they're one of the ones that I was afraid of at the beginning of the year, but we did beat them without oh my God, Henrik, is that his name? Heinrich? Uh, I'm sure I'm probably mispronouncing it, but their German dude, that guy's pretty sick, and he did not play against us. And I also think Suggs, as much as I don't love him, he's decent. He also didn't play, but we handled them pretty well, and we had a couple guys out ourselves. I think RJ even was out because that was the second game that he was back from his injury, and they sat him. I could be getting the games mixed up. It's all getting a little bit blurry with so much stuff going on this time of year. But yeah, and also I thought the Heat could possibly, with some of the moves they made, be better. But I love it, and Cleveland Cavaliers just can't put it together. So anyway, we are solidly in 4th behind Detroit Pistons, who have the Boston Celtics 3.5 back from them, and then the Knicks are 4 back, and we're 5.5 back from Detroit. Nice work. And then I was going to also quickly check here who do we play next. Oh my gosh, hold on 5 seconds as I pull it up. And I am working with my producer to get the know-how to do highlights. I'm telling you, stick with me just for a few more videos, and we're gonna have top 5 plays of the week on wins. Or sorry, of the game and victories, and then we'll do like probably problems or areas that we should be improving and trying to not repeat for losses. That's what I think kind of makes sense. But yeah, let me scroll down here. So yeah, man, we are 4 of 5 in the last 5 games here. Pretty good. We're playing Charlotte. Oh no, on Wednesday. Charlotte is beating Oklahoma City, they said on the broadcast today. And that is frightening. I don't know what's going on. OKC, they thought they were going to set the record for most wins in a season, and suddenly they've lost like 5 games in the last couple of weeks. And then we're playing Boston on Friday. Hey, and then Philadelphia, and I will be traveling then, so there may not be some videos next week. I have to go to Dallas for work, not this job, my real job. But yeah, wow. Let me check quickly here, just quickly. NBA scores. Can I see if the Charlotte Hornets beat? Oh my God, they did. They destroyed them. The Charlotte Hornets beat the Thunder. Oh, it's not even over, actually. There's 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter, but it's 117-90. Wow. That's ridiculous. Brandon Miller going off, though. Yeah, 28 points. See, Miller was a sweet. I think he was drafted 2 overall a couple years ago. So a little bit slower to develop than they were hoping, maybe, but he's a solid player, and they're putting together a little bit of a team around him. So wow, Charlotte Hornets. I mean, they've beaten the Raptors the last couple times. I think if we had RJ, we could have won one of those 2 games, but we will see this week when we play them. Because look at that, the 76ers are even beating the Nuggets, but they don't have Jokic. But they didn't have Jokic when we played them and we lost to them. So please go Denver, beat down those 76ers. Anyway, sorry I'm off topic, but thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. My subscribers were going crazy after a couple of solid videos in a row. Give me a comment. Please give me a comment. Tell me, do you want to see the highlights in here? Do you think that'll make the video better? I'm going to try and tighten up the length and just bam, 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 positive video of some funky, cool plays that help turn the game in the Raptors' favor on wins, like I said. And then we'll review some, I think probably not so positive Raptor plays because this is about Raptors recap. We don't really care about the other team. Do I really want to watch highlights of the other team beating up on the Raptors? I don't think so. I think we'll go and look at some areas that maybe we should try and fix, because we all know the coaches watch this. I know Nick Nurse is watching. Nick Nurse, what's up? Shout out to you. I don't know if we've got the Raptors coach watching yet, but let's hope. I'll check. I'll check my subscribers and see if he's in there. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Please like, subscribe, comment if you haven't, and have a good day.